Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to be talking about how to get a $10,000 business loan with no social security number or no credit check. Okay? And this is Nearside, aka Hatch Credit. Okay? Now, don't know what happened with Hatch Credit, but Nearside has taken them over. Nearside is really not a bank. They're just a business lending institution, online lending institution, okay? Now, before we jump into this, I want you all to understand this. When you're operating as a business, whether you're a DBA, S Corp, LLC, C Corporation, you really need to know and understand your banks and who you're banking with. The reason is because if you put yourself in with the right financial institution, you're able to get access to more funding. All right. That being said, these are the top banks that I would suggest that you bank with. At least you can have multiple banks with your company, but make sure that you have at least one of these financial institutions that you're dealing with. Chase, Capital One, and Citibank. These here are the top three. American Express is cool as well. But out of these top four, make sure that you have one of these lending institutions. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. If you take a look here, you see who they report to. Chase's Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, Dun Bradstreet, and Equifax. So it reports to all four business credit bureaus, all right? So that's more important, all right? Another thing, especially if you're trying to get funding, here's one thing that you need to understand. Make sure that you have activity going on in your bank account. So make sure you're making weekly deposits. Or like if you're Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and you're able to do daily deposits, that's even better, all right? But at least make sure that you're doing weekly deposits, if nothing else. And also, if you're working a job and you're trying to start a business, by opening up one of these business bank accounts, you can take money from your paycheck and put it into one of these business bank accounts, okay? That being said, let's look at some of the data points because there's some other things I'm going to show you how to 10x your business credit as well, all right? Now, here's their data points. According to holders, are not required to have a tax ID, which is an EIN number, but when opening up the bank account, you do have to use a social security number. That doesn't mean that you have to use a social security number to get qualified for the loan, but in order to open up the account, you have to have either your social security number or an EIN number. I would suggest using your EIN number because you're trying to build credit under your business, all right? Now, another thing, in order to get qualified for this $10,000 loan, they're going to do a verification of the account, all right? And with the account, it can be no less than 3 months of activity with Nearside, all right? So that means that once you open up the account, this is why I was just telling you all, it's very important to have those weekly or daily deposits. So you want to have one of those major institutions I just shared with you, and then Nearside. The reason is because you can transfer money from the major institution over to Nearside. So that way you keep on having deposits going on. Also, another thing that Nearside may look at in terms of verifying revenues is they may look at your bank statements, other bank statements anyway. They also may look at your deposits, that's which is still associated with your bank statements, all right? So just keep that in mind. But you don't have to have a Paydex score. You don't have to have a DUNS number. That's another thing I wanted to address because a lot of people think that they have to have a 80 plus Paydex score. They have to have a DUNS number. A lot of lending institutions, they do not base their lending lending off of Dun Bradstreet, okay? So that's the reason it's so important. Now, here's some things about this here account that's interesting. With their business bank account, they don't have no monthly fees, no check fees, no insufficient fund fees. Now, they will, if you stop a payment, they will charge $25 for that stop payment, all right? But once you get that $10,000 loan, we're going to talk about how you can 10x that $10,000 loan, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. If you have a $10,000 loan with them, I would take that $10,000 in one of those major institutes that actually report to all of the major business credit bureaus. I would take that $10,000 loan and I would put it in one of those banks for at least 90 days. This is going to help your business bank rating, and I know I need to make a video about that so that you can have clarity on that. But your business bank rating is one of the most important things, and so the more money you have in your business bank account, the higher your business bank rating goes up, and the higher chances you are to being approved for other funding as well. All right. So even if you're not able to take that whole 10,000, I would at least, if I could, take 5,000 and put it into that account. Now, if you have challenging credit and you have a low credit score, still about 10xing this business credit to build out your business credit. And you'll see that I'm not really talking about like net 30s and stuff. However, there are a few net 30s that I would suggest that you get, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But one of the cards that I would definitely tell you to get if you're a new business owner, you're trying to build business credit, you have a low credit score, then I would probably try to get this Capital One, okay? Capital One Spark Classic Business, because all you need is a 580 credit score for it, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. Most people are not aware of. Capital One, they use your FICO, and yes, they do an inquiry on all three. However, they actually will give you your Vantage 3 score, which is not the same. So if you don't know the difference between your FICO 8 score or FICO 9 score, then click the link and click the link in the description and actually get your real credit file. So that way you can learn the difference so that you can actually leverage that to be able to get access to more business credit funding. And you can also set up a one-on-one consultation as well. Now, the reason that I'm telling you to get this card, because some people would get this card and say Capital One may give them only $500, and then people won't use the card. Even if they give you $500 on an unsecured business card, you should use it. Whether it's buying gas or whatever, you should use it, max it out every month and pay it off at $500. The reason is because they're still reporting to the business credit bureaus, okay? And so usually after maybe 90 days, maybe 6 months, you can do that data is being reported. So that puts you in a better position to be able to apply for more business funding with other lending institutions, okay? Now, say that you have at least a 600 credit score, then you may want to look at CorePay. Okay, because it's a business credit card for new businesses, existing business, or startups. Their limits go up to $100,000, and they report to Experian, Dun Bradstreet, and Equifax. Now, remember, you still have that $10,000 business loan that you was approved for when you was with Nearside, right? So you still have that, but you're adding these other business credit cards on as well. Now they pull your FICO 8 Experian. Minimum credit score is a 600 with this CORPAY. But I would definitely tell you to get this here card. Now, the unfortunate thing about it, because it's a net 21, it gives you 21 calendar days to make sure that when you use the card, make sure that you pay it off, all right? Now, say that you got the $10,000 business loan from Nearside. Then what you may want to do is start building a relationship with Wells Fargo as well, because Wells Fargo is fairly lenient when it comes to business cards, business credit cards, as well as business lines of credit, okay? That being said, now Wells Fargo is a FICO 9 institution. They pull from FICO 9. So that's the reason I told you to pull your real FICO score by clicking the link in the description so you can see the difference between your FICO 8 score and your FICO 9. That way you can actually leverage it to help you get qualified for funding. All right. Now, say that you put $5,000 in maybe a Capital One, Citibank, or Chase account, right? So that's being reported, and you're steady making weekly deposits or daily deposits there. Then you take the other $5,000, you put it on this security card with Wells Fargo. Okay, now you have that secure card with Wells Fargo. Now let's talk about net 30s. Like I said, we're gonna 10x that $10,000 business loan. And this is how you actually do that so that you're able to get more funding, all right? So now you have that Wells Fargo, and I actually made a video about this, but you have the Wells Fargo secured business credit card. Take the Wells Fargo secured business card, and then you want to sign up with these here net vendor accounts, all right? And the reason you want to sign up with them, because these here net vendor accounts are reporting to Equifax and Experian, the major business credit bureaus, okay? And the more accounts you have with them, the better it is. So you don't need a whole lot of net 30s. That's the reason I'm trying to shortcut your time in reference to trying to go through a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3 type of business credit file. I'm actually showing you how to shortcut all of that time where you're actually able to 10x your business credit and get the funding much faster that you need. All right, so now you have Laughlin Associates report to Experian, Summa Office Supplies, Experian, Equifax, Wise Business Plan reports to Equifax, Experian, Dun Bradstreet. Now, if you don't know what your business credit score is and you already established business, I'll put the link in the description so you can actually get your business credit file as well. But NAV is very important in order to help you build up your business credit as well. Also, Strategic Network Solutions. Now, they report to Experian, but the thing about it, like I said, most of your major banks, when giving out business credit cards, the majority of the time, they're going to be pulling from Experian anyway. So to be able to have these things reporting on your Experian business credit file definitely will help, all right? Now, if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, or how to remove negative items off the business credit, click the link in the description to schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.